one-on-one.
Hello, everybody. This is another episode of Max One-on-One. I'm here. Oh my God! You're another orchestra man. How are you, Todd?
I'm great. How are you?
Awesome. I'm doing awesome, and thank you so much for your time. I say the orchestra man because I think your voice is great. I love your voice.
Oh well,
you're
thank you.
Bass player, and also you play guitar, right?
Yeah.
So but very quick, what is that you consider that is your best skill, right? That you're a musician, all of your skills are great, but probably you think something is better than the other. You're a better bass player than a singer.
I don't think I can really actually isolate. I think because it's all sort of one big thing. Like even in Slash's band, I kind of feel like almost anybody, like a decent bass player, could come in and do the gig. But my job is so much more than just playing bass because I'm singing with Miles all night and that kind of stuff. So it's really a gigantic job.
Talking about that, Slash, and with Miles, I think the one thing that I noticed is the harmonies, right? Like that when you both sing together, you reach a point of harmonies that is beautiful.
Oh.
That is amazing. It is amazing. The way you second his voice. I like it, that's also being smart, you know what I'm saying? Because you are following him and you are trying to get where he's leading you and you're trying to follow. It's more difficult than leading sometimes.
You're actually not wrong because sometimes, first of all, trying to sing above Miles is, already a challenge because he's a pretty high singer. So, but then you're not wrong because it's very complicated. It's also complicated to be playing an instrument while singing all that stuff because it just takes you split your brain. This is the singing and this is the playing, and you just kind of make it work. But it's kind of one of the things that I think I've always been pretty good at.
It is impossible. To me or any musician. And sometimes I see you like, oh, am I doing the right thing? Right? The pandemic has not been an obstacle for you. You have Toque, your band.
Yeah.
You play with Bruce Kulick, here and there, DVDs on the Kiss Masquerade. You remember the Kiss Mask? Plus ago, acoustic. You play with Steven Adler. My God.
Yeah.
And a couple of years ago, you played with Ace Frehley, Eric Singer, Bruce Kulick. What else can you ask for?
It is fascinating because I think everything happens so fast and so sort of just it's coming at you so quickly that you just kind of don't really take a moment to realize that when you suddenly see a video of yourself standing next to Ace Frehley and Eric Singer's behind you and Bruce Kulick, you're sort of my first Kiss concert. Bruce Kulick was the guitar player, so for me it's all surreal. It's all super surreal. As a big Kiss fan and a big Guns N' Roses fan, being able to play with Steven and Slash and then to go back and forth with Duff McKagan and whoever else, it's sort of one of those things where it becomes really surreal. When we got to know like Lemmy and people like that, it's very strange. It's a very strange.
It is like a dream, right?
It is, but it becomes so normal. Do you know what I mean? Like it becomes very. They just become guys that it's like sort of like in your hometown or here in Las Vegas. I know a million musicians, and they're just guys that I know. They play in this and that and all these things, and then you start to these other guys that I know play in Kiss or they play in Guns N' Roses or they play in whatever.
Yeah, that we are Generation Bruce, right? When we started to listen to Kiss, or going to concert, Bruce was our guitar player, right? Like
totally,
it's really. And how is Bruce, talking about him? How is Bruce, as a teammate? It seems like you guys understand each other so well.
Yeah, Bruce is first of all, he's a very underrated guitar player. I think people kind of forget that he's really, a little bit unsung, I think, in terms of, in the guitar hero world. We have a lot of names, but Bruce is an extremely talented person. And a very wonderful guy. We actually just had dinner the other night. We had Zach, our bass player's birthday the other night, and so we I think the world of him. I think he's a really wonderful guy. He's very giving, where he's always holding lunches at his house to come by, and things like that. So he says a lot about the guy. And I do have to remind myself once in a while. You're kind of like, I stood in hockey arenas watching him play with Kiss. I mean,
yeah,
it's what when I was young. It's like it's very surreal. But
that's amazing.
Yeah, like I said, he's a wonderful guy, and he's extremely talented.
Let me take you to Steven Adler, because this is something new, right? All of a sudden, we hear, oh, Todd is playing with Steven Adler in Vegas for an audience of 14,000 people. Have you played before with Steven, or that was the first time?
Only jamming. I think he's gotten up and jammed a couple songs here and there. But I've we've known Steven all these years, but it just happened to be pretty much during the pandemic, just coming out of lockdown here in America, when they started doing gigs and needed someone to fill in. And I was like, I was literally sort of like, I don't know about you, but the pandemic went from being, it was difficult to get out of my work mindset. I sort of to relax, and then it was very hard to get back into my work mindset. I was kind of like, but so when they called, I was kind of like, yeah, that sounds like fun. First of all, I know all the music. They play a lot of Guns N' Roses, and so I thought that'd be a lot of fun. So I just ended up doing, I can't even remember how many weekends I did, but I just, flew out with those guys. And I love all those guys. They're all really talented guys in the band. Michael Thomas, Ari. Yeah. Ari's from down your neck of the woods. Yeah. And AJ. And so they're really a great bunch of guys, and they do that stuff so well. Yeah. But Steven's a wonderful guy. Steven's the best. I mean, honestly, it's becomes like, again, super surreal to know these guys. And to talk to them on a semi-regular basis is strange.
And how was, I'm sorry, very quick, how was the tour with Slash? It just ended up like a couple of weeks ago, right?
It's going on 2 weeks, I think.
Okay.
It was amazing. It was one of the best runs we've ever had. And people kept telling us that, this is the best you guys have ever played. And I kept thinking, like, I don't know if that's true. I don't know that that this is the best we've ever played, but I think it's certainly the most, we very much enjoyed it. And I really kind of had that mindset of like, look, we can only go out for a short brief run right now, so let's make the most of it and make it a lot of fun, so we all really kind of put our heart and soul into just kind of really giving our all every night. And I think that showed, and I think that's what that, on top of the fact that the audience themselves are able to go out and see shows again, so I think that they were excited to be in the same room. So I think that synergy of everybody just being really excited to be out and playing was really important. And I think that we all sort of really enjoyed ourselves. I hope so. We did. Yeah.
I also, you have been playing with Slash for 10 years at least, right? So 12,
it's
10, 12 years.
12 years now.
12 years.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that is like, you understand each other just with a blink of an eye, right? I love those bands when they get to reach to that point. It's amazing to see, and I see that a lot in Slash. But let's go a little bit to you have a date in June 4th in Vegas. That is your night, right? Because that's Todd Kerns, meet and greets. You can have, I can take a picture with you. I can sign a couple of items. Yeah. You're gonna perform, something. You're probably gonna have a show there. Tell me a little bit about it.
Well, I've done these acoustic shows. They started as kind of like more just for fun. I put out a solo record back in 2013, which is hard to imagine that that's 9 years ago now, but. Wow. It was an acoustic record, and it was just really because I wanted to make something that I could do really quickly between tours, because we were touring so much back then, and I just wanted to do something for the people that follow what I do, and enjoy what I do. So, and it did really well, and we started doing these nights, and then I've done all kinds of different things, especially around Las Vegas. So I hadn't done one of these in a long time. So, when Vamped is a great place. Danny Coker from Counting Cars owns that place. So they asked me once in a while to come and do something, and I was like, well, I'd love to. And I thought, well, let's make this an acoustic thing. Zach Throne from the Bruce Kulick band will be up there with me. He also plays with Corey Taylor from Slipknot, and he's an old friend of mine 30 years this year, actually. And we're going to play together and you know, Simon and Garfunkel our way through it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
That is amazing. Tell me, how can I buy tickets? Is that something I have to go to the Vamp's website, or how can I access to the tickets?
You can access through my website, toddkerns.com, or I'm sure Vamp has everything up there as well. So yeah, June 4th. It's going to be a lot of fun. I always like doing these. In reality, it's really a good excuse to just get everybody together. You know, I always say it's kind of like, I just want to see everybody. So once in a while, I'd have to put on a show to get everybody.
Why Toque? Why did you decide to come up with that name Toque? It's kind of, to me, in Spanish, it has a meaning, right? No, so what does it mean, Toque?
That's funny because we always talk about this because it's pronounced Toque in Canada.
Oh, okay.
And so whenever we're down in your neck of the woods, and they say Toque, I'm always like, that's true, you know, because we would see that word down there, you know, in Spanish, and I would go like, check it out, because in Canada that means toque, which is a, let me look around, see if I can find. Yeah, this is from Canada.
love it.
So basically like the South Park hat kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
So it's just a very Canadian term, and we started a band called Toque that was initially started as we would do charity shows up in Canada, raising money for, you know, to fight cancer and whatnot. And we basically started the idea of Brent Fitz from, the funny thing is it's Brent Fitz from Slash's band as well. So Brent Fitz plays drums for Slash, but he plays bass in Toque, and I play bass in Slash, but I sing and play guitar in Toque. So what we decided to do was do all Canadian cover songs, just because we, you know, that's where we grew up and that's what we enjoy, all that music. And it's a very sort of, you know, it's very, some of it's just lost on anybody who's not from Canada. So then we started writing songs, and we have Corey Churko, who plays guitar for Shania Twain and Kelly Clarkson and people like that. Nice. So it's, you know, it's just a bunch of Canadian guys, but that also works.
Like outfit, you know, company. Damn it.
Yeah. That's a funny one, because as a kid, you know, the nickname Todd Dammit just came up because it rhymes with God damn it. And I just sort of like, when I came to Las Vegas, it kind of caught on again. And then a guy I was playing with, he got me a T-shirt for my birthday that just said "Damn it," you know, and I'd wear it on stage. I wore it on the first DVD we did with Slash, the live album, Live Made in Stoke. And then people started asking where they can get that shirt, and I'm like, well, this is the shirt. There's no other shirts. So we just sort of did a short run of other shirts, and that sort of took off. I mean, Damn It Wear has been around for at least, well, it's over 10 years now, I guess. And, you know, and then it's gone into a lot of other things too. We just licensed out to a coffee company and different things like that. So it's been really exciting watching it sort of. I always sort of said, I'm not a T-shirt salesman. I don't want to be a T-shirt salesman or a clothing person or any of that kind of stuff. I like playing music, as you can see. And then beyond that, it's sort of these other things that come up where you go, well, that's great. You know, if people like it. And, you know, we always hear from people how their kid got in trouble for wearing a shirt that says "damn it" in school or something like that. And I go, well, that's pretty rock and roll.
That's awesome.
My house I have the pinball machine out there. The whole house is full of things, you know. There's where is it? There's Gene's bass right here.
Oh wow.
An axe bass. And then there's
my God.
Paul Stanley there, and a Paul Stanley over here. So yeah, it's you know, as a Kiss guy, you get accustomed to the idea of Kiss being on everything. Yeah. So, you know, but at the same time, it's, you know, we're not Kiss. we're you know, just me. So we do what we do, and you know, I've been lucky enough to design my own guitars and design my own basses and stuff like that. So it's been a lot of fun. It's been great too. It's another creative way of doing things. You know?
Talking about Kiss, you're going to participate with Bruce Kulick in the next, I think it's May 27th. That night you play with Bruce Kulick band, like the same type of band and show that from the Kiss cruises. And tell me something about it. Are you excited? I mean, as a Kiss fan, you know, I'm pretty sure you're like willing to go there and you know, talk to all the fans and see all what they got there, right?
Yeah, it's always fun. These Kiss convention type things are amazing. I mean, we started doing it 2017, I think was the first one. We did it with Bob and Bruce Kulick.
Yeah.
Bob has since passed away, sadly, but
yeah,
it was a very exciting night. Brent Fitz and myself and the two Kulick brothers. And then the next year, Zach Throne came in with us. And it's been amazing. Honestly, we've had such a good time doing it. And now with this thing, I mean, Ace Frehley's going to be there. Peter Criss is going to be there. Vinnie Vincent's going to be there.
Yeah.
And you know, then of course our friends Quiet Riot and Vixen and a bunch of bands are coming. I think Fozzie's coming. Chris Jericho's band. So it's meant to be a lot of fun, and we always have a blast doing these things. It's and we'll probably be able to hopefully jam with the Ace Frehley.
I'm pretty sure you will.
Chris and all that kind of stuff is always very exciting.
Oh my god! I can't wait to see you there, buddy.
Yeah, it's going to be a blast. So we play on the 29th. Technically, it's
Sunday.
It's a 3-day thing. Yeah, so we headline the Sunday, but I think we'll be peppered throughout doing. You know, there's all kinds of crazy things going on the entire weekend. So we'll be around.
Todd, I just want to thank you, brother, because you know it is amazing. To be a fan of yours, you know? Like you deliver a lot to the fans. That's what I'm, insisting to the fans to go see you that night at the BAMS in Vegas, because that's you. And I want people to be able to see, the 100% Todd Kerns there. And, I saw you with Ace Frehley, with Eric Singer, so. And you deliver such a great performance. So, like I say at the beginning of the interview, you're not there just for any reason. You are there for a reason. You're there because you deserve it, And when it sounds real, no, it is real because you belong there. You are a rocker, and you are there in your element. And I love it, and I congratulate you for that. And I thank you for this time, for your time.
Oh, thank you so much, man. I had a blast. Thank you so much. We'll hope to see you again one of these days.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Okay, man. Take care.